Hi and welcome to our channel. Today we have another movie review for you, and this one is The Miracle Club starring Maggie Smith and Kathy Bates, and this one is about Lourdes.
And we don't often get very many mainstream movies about Lourdes, so we were very excited to go see this one.
This one follows the story of four women who live in a small town in Ireland, and they're going on a church pilgrimage together to Lourdes. So they're on the same bus, but they are definitely not all on the same page.
They all have very different reasons for going to Lourdes. So today we're going to give you 6 reasons why you should go with them. So 6 reasons why you should see the movie.
Also, we're going to tell you what we liked most and least about the movie and a couple of things to watch out for.
So let's go ahead and get started.
Okay, so the first reason why you should go see this movie, if you are a fan of Lourdes, which we definitely are, then you're not going to want to miss this one. As Kate mentioned, there just aren't a lot of movies out there about Lourdes that aren't documentaries.
And this one has a lot of beautiful aerial shots of Lourdes and of the Basilica. It even has shots right up in the grotto. So it's wonderful to see all of this come to life on the big screen.
Reason number 2, if you are curious about what goes on at Lourdes, this movie will answer a lot of questions for you. You might be wondering, why do so many people go there? They can't all be looking for physical cures.
Or you might be wondering, what do I do when I get there? Where do I stay? How does this all work?
Or maybe you want to know, well, how exactly do the healing baths at Lourdes work? Well, the movie takes you right inside and you can see it. It's pretty accurate. And I can tell you, having been there, that yes, the water there is absolutely freezing cold.
So number 3, if you grew up in the 60s, you will definitely enjoy revisiting the hairstyles and the fashions of the time in this movie.
That was really fun to see. And I think they did a really good job with it. Obviously, people back then cared a lot more about how they looked going out in public, so it was refreshing to see how well dressed they were.
And going on a trip like this was a big deal, so everyone wanted to look nice. And no spoilers, but there was even one character who wore a suit to the grotto, so that was touching to see.
Number 4, if you're curious about what kind of miracles really happen at Lourdes, this movie will give you some really good insight.
The Catholic Church has only officially approved 70 miraculous healings at Lourdes, but we know that is because it takes a long time and a lot of effort to verify each miracle.
Miracles come in all shapes and sizes, and we know that many, many more people have been healed at Lourdes than are officially on record.
It's not just the physical healings, there's a lot of mental and spiritual healings that happen at Lourdes, and this movie does a great job of showing that.
Number 5, if you are looking for a movie to inspire you with a tale of hope and reconciliation, then this is it. We can't go back to the past and change things that have happened to us, but we can change how we operate going forward.
It is hard to put aside those past grievances, but this movie shows that it definitely can be done.
And reason number 6, which we think is very important, if you go to see this movie, then that helps send a clear message to Hollywood and film studios that we want more movies like this one, also like Jesus Revolution and Sound of Freedom.
And more shows like The Chosen. We have to vote for these movies with our money and our time.
And we have to help spread the word about them so people will know.
So now let's take a look at some of the things that we really liked about the movie besides Lourdes.
Yeah, Lourdes, definitely.
Obviously.
Well, I really liked the friendship between 3 of the main characters. They were all from different generations, but they obviously loved each other and cared about each other so much. So I thought that was just a beautiful example of how true friendship just transcends age.
And I think we both really liked the subplot going on in the background about the husbands. That was a lot of fun to watch.
Some of the movie was pretty funny, but I also really liked how it ended.
There were some things that we didn't like. For example, there is one spot where you can definitely tell that this action was set up for the sake of the plot. It was a little bit obvious.
Yeah, that was a little obvious. And then there was also one part when the priest is asked a question about Lourdes, and I liked his first answer, but I really did not like his second answer. But I think that was pretty much the only 2 things that we didn't like.
There are a couple of sensitive topics addressed in the movie. One is a possible suicide and the other is abortion.
So these are all talked about in a very 1960s way, so you're definitely not hearing or seeing anything very graphic, but it's just something to be aware of if you're planning to go to the movie with, maybe your younger teens or tweens.
So we would say that the movie is probably good for 12 and up, but again, just know your child.
So what did we think about the movie overall?
Well, overall, we liked it a lot. It was definitely a bit slower paced than some of the other movies we've seen recently, but that wasn't a bad thing. It's good to slow down once in a while.
Yeah, not a lot of action and adventure in this movie. It's more the story of ordinary people just hoping for a miracle.
And in that respect, I think it reflects a lot of our own lives. We are all just doing ordinary things every day, and we all have things in our lives that we wish and hope could be different.
We're all looking for our own miracles.
So we would definitely recommend this movie, and if you have seen it, let us know your thoughts down in the comments.
Also, if you have ever been to Lourdes, we would love to hear about your trip, so leave us a comment about that.
So we hope you enjoyed today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.